Let me ask you a question, because we do talk about this occasionally on the show. What's your board setup right now? Like, do you have any madness with your board, or do you have like what's your dimensions? What are you all about right now?
Yeah, like people who have ridden my board or seen it or fucking whatever, it kind of looks like a snowboard in a sense, I guess, like the small trucks with the wider.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh, interesting.
So like it probably hangs over like a good half inch on each side or something.
So what size board? 8
1/8. And then I ride Crux down lows, and they're like, they should be on a 7.5.
Wow. And they're low trucks.
Like a 7.75. Yeah, and they're low.
Oh my
now, wait,
gosh.
I should have been wheel biting my whole career.
But why though? Is it the dynamics of the better flipping it, easier to flip, or do you even know why you do that?
Don't know. It's always worked. Yeah. And hey, I mean, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
That's true.
You've been skating that same setup for that long?
Yeah, like basically, all right. The only other setup I ever skated that I skated for maybe a year to 2 years, I was riding for Monster trucks back when Jamie was still doing it, and it was like almost like phasing out, and he was just kind of hooking me up just to be the homie, and I was still like a nobody, and I guess I was kind of getting flow for a while, and that would have been the only other setup that I ever rode that I would have felt like I had to adapt to. And then from when the first time I got Crux, I always rode the washers, so it doesn't have the kingpin. And I remember, like I always remember something from earlier, like younger days, filming Sponsor Me tapes and shit. This one day I was skating this 15 rail, and I was trying to Smith grind it, and I know it sounds whatever.
Like a 15 there.
Hey, we don't talk about that usually.
No. I was skating this curb high manual pad.
I'm trying to get sponsored by Zero. I'm like obligated to skate these things, and
it's obligated. Yeah.
And like I'm thinking I just lip slid it, and I'm like, okay, like just Smith grind it, whatever. And I always felt weird with the kingpin and feebles and Smith grinds in specific, just those two tricks, because they always caught, and I always fucking pitch forward or whatever.
Yeah.
Or whatever happened, you know? And I'm like, dude, for some reason, I fucking got that in my mind right as I was going up to try it.
Oh, no.
Stuck, just as I thought I was going to do. Go to the fucking end of the rail, sack the shit out of it, like, yard sale, flew shoes flying. Like,
oh my God. You know your shoes fly off.
Yeah.
My shoe flew off. Like, dude, like I got rocked, and like, dude, that was horrible, dude. And then after that, I never rode Kingpin ever again.
Wow.
Over it.
Yeah, a lot of the truck companies are. I mean, Grind King, they with the Allen bolt thing, you know, and the inverted kingpin.
Yep. Everybody's doing that.
Everybody's doing it. Indy's got some shit coming out too. But it's interesting though, because tight trucks or loose trucks? Where are you at with that?
Medium tight.
Medium tight.
Okay. Because I mean, they've got looser over the years, but I used to ride like really tight trucks. Just, I mean, I feel, even though maybe I don't look that big. I don't know how I look to other people actually, but I don't feel that big. Yeah, you know, I don't feel that big. So like, I feel like maybe, you know, tighter trucks for some reason just worked.
It's weird because I would think that if you ride the wider trucks, you have better aim, right? You're going to aim for that rail. You're going to aim for the ledge, the hubba or whatever, right? Because
more territory to work with.
I mean, like, listen, if I go I can miss a 50-50 grind easily, right? And be like, God damn it, I rode on top of the ledge, you know? But if you have wider trucks, you have more
surface to it.
More surface. Yeah. You can aim better.
True. Yeah, that makes sense.
It just depends.
I mean, then
I feel like Tommy just knows his board so well.
No, totally.
Yeah. But like that's like a, you know, like to switch it up though. If he, like he said, if it's not broke, don't fix it. It's like you're like
right. Because there was a point in time where I ride 775 board, right? And I was riding the bigger trucks. So I was literally a Frankenstein board. And my wheels would stick out a little bit.
You had the reverse effect.
And I had the revert because I would be, Venice pits, nose grinds and everything. I wouldn't have to aim as much, you know, I could just get on and go. But it doesn't look good.
Cheat codes.
But it doesn't look good.
But that's when
You guys in the cheat codes.
your flip tricks. That's where it
suffers.
It affects that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. It's
Right.
gonna affect
Wow.
something. For sure.
I would say like the lighter trucks and them being tighter, maybe that kind of made up for it. Maybe if I had heavier trucks, they'd be looser, or like a heavier board, it'd be looser. I feel like I have such a light board that if my trucks were loose, I'd be fucking wheel biting 10 times more than I already do.
And you got to worry about wheel bites for sure.
It's jumping down shit.
Jumping
for
down
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
What size wheels?
52s, I believe. 52s, 53s, occasional 51s. It just depends.
Yeah.
I'm like, I could ride any of those wheels and kind of like doesn't really matter.
And do you need any weird specifics with your board? Do you need like a bolt, like one bolt red or anything?
So on my tail, if I'm just holding the board in front of me, I have one bolt in the right top corner. Like,
Okay.
so if you're looking at the board like this straight ahead, it's like the top right on the back foot.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So on the tail, it's got the blue top right bolt.
Oh, okay.
Always blue?
Well, I mean, just because that's the one that I have right now. It was like it was diamond hardware, I think. So they give you like maybe one colored one.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah, because I know a lot of people like, they'll make a mark on their truck or something to know that it's the front and the back when they set up new boards and shit like that.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's a big thing
Confess
too.
yourself.
Yeah, I literally have to write back on my shit.
Like, I do it on the bottom.
I don't
like,
even
bottom,
care.
yeah.
I'm not gonna fuck this one up. Because then that's fucking your shit up bad.
Oh,
Because if you put the
man.
wrong truck on, dude, you're like,
Dude.
you might as well just give it away.
It's
Totally.
when sometimes you take them off and you forget to do that. You're like,
my God.
Oh, dude, what am I doing?
And then you're looking at the grind marks and you're looking at
Yeah.
the little slide and you're like, wait a minute, what grinds do I do? Okay, I gotta do I do the
Yeah, you
top?
can't
trying to
even
decipher
tell.
your
You're
truck.
you're trying to break the code on your own truck.
Yeah. Yeah,
But,
and then you can't even tell because the slashes are all these. You're like, what the?
Tommy,
confusing.
I mean, I'm not jumping down shit. I'm not doing the
Oh, you're
crazy
good.
shit that I used to, curbs. But I was just skating the curbs, slappies and stuff. But I started riding symmetrical boards.
Shaped?
Yeah.
Is that?
It's twin,
like the
twin,
old school and all kinds of shit.
Bro, twin, it's exactly the same. So if I turn it this way or this way, it's exactly the same. So all my truck marks have the same exact marks on them.
Okay, you're skating it both ways.
Skating it both ways.
Oh,
I
shit.
throw it down whatever way.
Whoa.
One less thing to think about for me.
oh,
It's
when
it's working out
fuck? Hey,
so
but-
good.
But wait, is there a graphic
But
on
is
it?
there?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I got a question too.
Go
What
ahead.
about? You know how people have a loose truck on the back and a tight truck on the front, or like that weird shit.
Totally.
What do you do about
Yeah, I
that?
was
do you
gonna
just
say,
not
guys
give
both
a
trucks
fuck?
are the same?
Because I'm like,
I-
I know one truck is way different than the other on my board.
See, now I pretty much skated the same, but I literally set up a brand new complete and I tried to have the exact same, just kind of the way that I like them. And then I just got used to it, and then I would just throw it down and I ride semi-loose. So,
I feel like you have to be a loose truck type of person
Kinda.
to skate like that.
well, it's like Tommy just said, right? Like he rides one truck looser
Tight, yeah.
or tighter than the other. And I think Chris
I
Cole
feel like
is
it
like,
ends up like that,
Chris
right?
Cole did the same thing.
it kind of does end up like that, right?
Your back truck probably should be a little looser because I feel like
what I
that's
think.
more the one that's like motioning a lot of your
Weight.
maneuvers or tricks or whatever. Yeah. And then that's where a lot of your weight is. You're popping off that
Yep.
most of the time. And I mean, unless you're skating nollie or fakie, which a lot of people don't do that as much as they skate regular.
Sure.
So, I mean, and then even then, if you're skating switch, same thing. All the pressure's on the back. So
Right.
and then I feel like it does feel even that much more comfortable when you are skating switch because it's like that loose truck in the back gives you a little bit of give and the front
Yeah.
truck is secure and you're like, all right, and just makes for some mental comfort.
And it's all mental. It's all mental.
Oh yeah.
So
You're fucking, we're madmen.
I know, seriously. Well, that's why this question's so rad because a lot of people are so like precise about their boards. They need it a certain way. Other people, they don't give a fuck,
Just set it up.
Yeah.
And then I used to be super precise about my boards too, in a small way. But now I don't. I just with the symmetrical board, I'm not even tripping. I just throw it down and pick it up and throw it down and whatever which way it is, it's
Ready to
working.
go.
So on your like OG boards that you'd be riding to like get tricks on.
Yeah.
Would you let other people skate that and then skate it again? Or would you be like, nah, I can't do that?
You know what's funny is I would, but I would kind of trip out a little bit because when I used to skate with Eric Dressen back in the day, imagine me and Eric Dressen skating together.
That's awesome.
But he's a good friend, but Santa Monica. And I remember he really wouldn't let people skate his board because he felt like it would mess the bushings up.
Yeah.
You know?
I can see that.
And so whenever somebody would step on my board, I'd have that in the back of my mind. But I kind of wouldn't really care. You know what I mean? Now, are you the same way, or what do you not let?
I think I agree with Eric.
Okay.
I'm like totally like, don't
step on my shit.
That's a pet peeve for me. Like if you like think it's funny to like get on my board and skate around and like I'm like, dude, it's not. I'm like, that's like a personal thing. I don't know, dude. It's like a personal thing to me. I'm like, yo, dude.
Oh my god.
Sorry, dude.
No.
Yeah.
You think you're gonna get on my board?
You think it's funny? You think it's funny?
No. I just like it's one of those like comfort things. I don't like the thought of somebody else getting on my board and like just fucking with my shit. I got it exactly the way I wanted it. Don't bother me.
Don't bother.
Like,
yeah.
Especially on my board. Like I worked hard to get it that way. Sure. Keep it that way. Fuck.
Right.